What is up, everybody? So fucking good to see you. Dude, we have such a fucking killer show tonight. I'm super excited. My laptop's actually working, so I can make everything happen, except, for some reason, the live is not showing up on Facebook. What the fuck is that shit? It's it's showing up on YouTube. Okay, here we are. Okay, good. Good, good, good. See, this is the shit I want to get done quick. If you guys are watching, fucking, you know what's up? Like, subscribe, share it around, show it off. Definitely fucking comment. Um, here is a good where's a good looking host? I have no idea what you're talking about. Thank you, Bray. Good to see you, homie. Jeez, I so this is supposed to happen Tuesday, but Raven Gregory, my guest tonight, he has some shit going on, so it's like, cool, let's do Thursday. I'm flexible, and I'm excited to sit down and hang out with him because he's such a fucking cool dude. He and I actually have a lot in common. We'll get into that in the show though, but super excited for that. And then we were gonna do it at 9. He's like, "Hey, can we do it at 8?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, no issue. I'm good with that too." Like I said, super flexible. And then somebody had said, "Chuck, make yourself a credit list." By the way, this is what I got so far, and I've already thought of some more. Actually, I have to write down real quick. Things. Okay. Um, and so that's not me flexing. That's just it's all there, and yeah, super excited to make that shit happen to get it going on. And so as I was doing that, Raven messages me and he's like, "Hey man, I'm in. Are we doing this?" And I was like, "Oh fuck, yeah, yeah, of course we are." So, woo! And then while I'm doing that, my wife calls. While we're doing the pre-interview, my wife calls, and then I say goodbye to her, and then another friend calls, and I was like, "Motherfucker, I'm live. I can't do this shit." So, yeah, it's gonna be one of those nights. It's gonna be hectic. It's gonna get hectic. It's gonna be fucking chaotic, and I bet you're gonna laugh your fucking balls off. So you know what? Enough of that. Let's just fucking have some fun and make this shit happen. I don't think he's ever seen our opener before, so let's have some fun. Let's show Gregory what we got going on. Or Gregory, Raven, motherfucking, I'm ready.
Canadian bacon is actually really good, and it's nothing like normal bacon, and it's better than ham, which you guys seem to call Canadian bacon. I'm very good at writing. I write very well. Yeah, it's Shop Talk.
Do some of your audience members like the word fuck? Cool. Then I'm going to keep saying fuck. Because I care.
What's up, Raven?
Holy shit, that was a dope fucking little intro. I've never seen the title shit. That was cool. Hey, so you were telling them how we have so much in common. I told you you cannot tell the public that our dicks match. And we're like twins separated by at birth, but we both have the same dick.
I wasn't going to mention that I ended up getting your chocolate dick in the mail by accident. I wasn't going to mention that.
It happens. It happens sometimes. Sometimes we share that shit. It's Black History Month. Dick for everybody.
We're like the ebony and ivory of cocks.
I like that. I like that.
No, but what we do have in common is you just started doing stand-up. I used to work the scene doing improv comedy. I used to work the clubs doing that, so we've got that. And you and I are actually very close in age. I think we're like a year or two apart. And we are both young, fucking good-looking grandpas.
No, I'm just fucking with you. I just wanted to see if I could get you to think this.
I know this. I did my research, motherfucker.
No, because you know how these fucking shit, this shit freezes, and all of a sudden, like you're sitting there, it's like, Chuck, can you hear me, Chuck?
It's happened on this show. I've disappeared from this show. Fuck, man. It's all happened. 61 episodes, yeah.
Yeah, we do have a shitload in common. Now that you said that, I didn't know we had any of this in common. Wait a minute. Do you sing fucking Sober at Karaoke by Tool?
Oh my gosh, I'm a huge Sober fan, but I haven't done that one yet.
Got to do it, man.
Now I'm gonna do it just to take that one off.
Dude, especially if you're an alcoholic, it takes on a whole nother meaning.
Oh, right. You know what? I have. So I mean, and you are a recovering alcoholic, if I'm allowed to say that, because it just kind of came up.
No, people can't know my deepest, darkest
I
secret.
know, right?
Because I don't tell anybody about that shit.
You're so quiet about it, dude. Actually, you've been. I mean, I feel like I've been able to watch a journey with you because a lot of people aren't near as open. Like when you've had a rough day, when you're like, oh, I got my 1 day chip again, you know, and I'm like, oh shit, okay. Well, I mean, he's out there, he's saying it, and I'm proud of you for being able to say that because that's got to be frustrating and tough, man. So, my grandfather was an alcoholic that never got the help, that never helped himself, and so ever since then, that's something my family takes very seriously. So,
By the way, disclaimer for all the men and women children out there who are over 40 who are on Facebook because we don't know how to use Instagram and TikTok and Snapchat and all that fucking weird shit. This is medical marijuana. You remember that depression and anxiety shit that happened to you when all of a sudden you woke up one day and you're like, what the fuck is this shit? Oh my God, existential dread. This is what you need. It's called indica. Don't smoke the sativa because it should make you fucking paranoid, fuck up your heart. I ain't smoked weed in 10 years because sativa fucked me up. Smoke some indica. I am happy as a motherfucker right now. So, hey, this podcast is brought to you by weed. It's a blunt and it's delicious. Now, let's talk about your dad and his alcoholism. Bring it back down.
Grandpa. You're right? Yeah, just bring No.
It's like, yo, man, let's talk about the depression. Come on.
I mean, we're writers. That's like a massive fucking part of it, right?
Oh man, that's funny. So yeah, your grandpa was an alcoholic.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I mean, he died before I was born, so that was some shit that my dad had to deal with that he then kind of passed on as far as this shit is in your blood. This shit, you know, like you need to watch that, and it was something that I took seriously. So like I like almost overanalyze how much I drink and what I'm doing, and it gets to the point where I'm drinking and I love a good buzz, but I can't get wasted anymore. My body just goes, you're not thirsty. Stop it.
So you're like aware of it. You're aware of like, so tell me this. Do you have a good relationship with your dad?
Yeah.
Okay. So like growing up and you know, there's this whole alcoholism thing looming in your history and like, you know, genetic history and shit. And like scientifically, it's been proven that this shit does have a genetic component to it. So my question for you is this: growing up with your dad and your dad understanding the situation to some extent, did he freak out when he saw you had a brown dick?
He was high, so he didn't freak out too much. One of the first times I got high was with my dad. So it was like alcohol. You got to be careful about that shit. I remember coming over to his house. I was like 18 or so, and he goes, he says, "Hey, serious question. I need you to be completely honest with me." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, what's up?" And he's like, "Have you smoked marijuana before?" And I was like, "Honestly, because I always have like shitty lungs, so I was like, I don't smoke cigarettes. So I have smoked. By that point, I'd smoked some weed, but not an awful lot." And he's like, "You want to smoke with your dad?" And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, okay." I'm expecting him to pull out a pipe, pull out a joint, you know, whatever. Nah, man. He starts doing fucking hot knives. He's got a huge fucking a huge like paper towel roll, and he has the hash on the fucking knife, and then he pulls out his huge like acetylene torch and starts fucking torching this thing. Yeah, I didn't even know what the fuck that was. I was like, all right, let's hit this.
Yeah. Funny, man.
Dale says, "You have my attention. Now you have my curiosity. Now you have my attention." Oh, see, they're already loving it. Ah, we love you guys.
By the way, guys, I just wanted to give everybody a shout out who's watching this. I am not going to read any of your questions at all because I see so many of these fucking videos where motherfuckers stop in the middle of their conversation and they start reading what you guys are asking. And I know that you guys matter and you have thoughts and feelings. And I mean, some of you are naked right now, touching yourself while you're looking at my face. So I respect your decisions, but I'm not reading none of your shit. You can read your shit. I ain't reading none of your shit.
I will probably bring some up when we have an opening in the conversation. How's that?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm actually gonna roll a blunt while this conversation is taking.
Yeah,
so that I'm talented.
Speaking of, since we do have a minute, I actually had somebody sent in a question. I can't read the name. I think it's Pat's Hand. I don't know who that guy is. Pat's Hand. I don't know. That's a fucking dumb name. He says. He says, "What's it like to be lapped?" That's what he said.
What's it like to be lapped?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, he's talking about. I have a friend in comics named Pat Shand. I mean Willow Shand. I mean Hobbit Shand. Anyway, Ginger Shand. Basically, he is deciding to go get the lap band for his belly, and I'm letting him know that I should support him. And that I think that if he gets it, then he can play the part of Ronald McDonald from McDonald's. Because, you know, the thing is I know whiteface is looked down upon, but because my friend Pat Shand is so white, and he has like dots all over his face, like freckles, connect the dots with the motherfucking shit, I feel that he should definitely lap me. Yes.
See, I feel like, and I mean, Ronald McDonald's good, but if I'm doing fan casting, yeah, he does deserve that. If we're doing fan casting for Pat Shand, I actually believe he would make a better Wendy. Especially if he gets that surgery, he'll still probably have those tits going on.
Oh, bravo. Oh my God, Chuck, you did come to play. Holy shit. I'm impressed. Consider me, dude. If I was an executive editor again, you'd have a job.
Oh, I love it.
You'd have Pat Shand's job because I don't know what the fuck he's
doing. That's awesome. I'll remember that down the road.
Before I forget, hey, Dirk Manning, I know you're going to see this video. This is my new gimmick now. You with your half face and shit, showing up all the rest of us regular writers trying to be special. Got your fucking wrestling gimmick. Fuck your gimmick. Red glasses, Fight Club, bitch. I love you, Dirk.
Oh.
Hey, go make some porn for me. I'm just shouting everybody out, man.
He's got a good porn name. Dirk Manning is such a good porn name. It's a gay porn name, though. Let's be honest.
Hey, you know what's fucking crazy? So Dirk's thing is he wears the mask like half fucking face and shit, right? Like that's the thing. He wears the top hat, the mask, looks like a fucking vampire, curly temples, and eats ice cream. That's his thing. Dude, how did he not play that shit up during the pandemic? He had the mask already. What the fuck?
He dropped the mask when he did live shit. I was like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Yo, I know this might get a shadow ban by saying it, but what if Dirk was behind the whole pandemic? Because he had that mask and that's part of his gimmick, he somehow found a way to use his comic book knowledge to create the ultimate virus.
Fuck. Now you're too close to the truth, man.
I know, man. All of a sudden, you go here and knock at my door, and fucking Agent Smith and Neo's gonna be there.
You're gonna get swatted. That's what's about to happen. You're gonna get swatted for this shit. This show will be done. They'll kick down the doors. Those glasses are fucking gone.
Hey, so for the rest of you guys at home watching this shit, the funniest shit is before this interview started, he was like, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna introduce you, blah blah blah. I'm gonna hype you up, and then he's like, if you want to ask questions, you can ask me questions. And now I just can't help but want to know if the carpet matches the drapes because he got this beard.
Dude,
You got this Reed Richards beard, and I'm just like, is it fucked up down there too?
you want to know the truth?
Yes.
Here's the honest truth. My fat ass hasn't seen pubes in years. I have no fucking clue. I ain't looked. I don't want to see. I don't want to know.
You know what?
That's the truth.
That is the fucking truth. Because we don't look down there no more.
No. I'm like, oh no. I can wash without looking. I'm good, man. No, I have no fucking idea.
Ladies, you heard it here first. You are more brave than us because we don't even look at that shit. After we turn like 29 and a half, it's like, I guess that's how it's going to be.
Yeah. Well, and you get to a certain weight and you're like, man, I can't even see it anyways. I'm not looking. But if anybody out there wants to look, by all means, I got you.
Y'all got to pay me for that shit. You want to see this, Dick? You paying your $9.95.
I'm still new, man. I still do jobs for exposure now and then. That's literal exposure. Travis Gigg comes on and he's spitting some bullshit. He says, I like Pat Shan more than Raven Gregory. Is that a good choice?
Yes, I agree 100%. I think Pat Shan is the most amazing, not amazing, comic book writer to ever have been born. There is not another writer with his amazing capabilities of bringing characters and stories and plots to life. And I can't keep a straight face. Oh my God, he's so bad. What the shit? Oh my God. By the way, class, that's how you write fiction. Did you see how I pulled him in? Did you see how I made you believe he might actually be a good writer? But no, he's just a little willow.
He's just a little willow. That's great. Did I not see a picture of, I think it was like Destiny New York or something beside your toilet?
Oh yeah, man. Oh shit. All right, so Pat really is like one of my best friends in the world. I love and adore him. So one of the things about being friends with a peer in comics is we don't read each other's shit. The only reason we read each other's work is we had to because we both worked at Zenoscope. Otherwise, it just ain't no time. So I keep on asking Pat to send me all of his books because I really do want to read them. Because I've only read Destiny's Child or Destiny's fucking Philippine Space in Between, whatever the fuck that the one where the girl scissors and shit.
Destiny New York?
Yeah, that shit. It took me like 3 years to read volume 1. I read it, and it was fucking dope. So he sent me all his shit. It's been weeks. I haven't had a chance to read any of it yet. So there was a point to that story that I completely forgot. But the moral story is I fucking love and adore him. That's my boy. But he's short. And he's a ginger. And he will always live in the shadow of the writing god that is Raven motherfucking Gregory.
Have you had to edit for him?
Yeah, I edited. Yeah, dude. Some of my best, like now that I'm done fucking around, some of my best freaking editing was editing Pat. Like me and Pat, it like something comes out of us when we get to jam together. Yeah. We bring the best out of both of us. And like a lot of times the problem with comics is it's such a deadline, especially when you're like deep in the biz, when you're just like going, like it takes so long to get to that place where it's like, okay, it's time to run the race. Let's go. You get so focused on the deadline that by consequence, the craft itself starts to suffer. And working with Pat, I was able to sit there and say, you know, like, I don't know if any of you guys out there watching know this stuff, but the writers will know this shit. But like the character dynamics of where does a character start in a story and where do they end up emotionally, physically? Like if they're in the same position as they were at the beginning of the story, nothing fucking happened. So there has to be like all these fundamental things about themes, about story development, about true characterization, Like if there's a black kid on a bus and there's a white kid on a bus and the bus is on fire and there's an Eskimo outside, which one is he going to give the pink lemonade to? It's deep questions like that, but him and me would bring the best out of each other. So working with him was freaking dope, man. Like it was one of my favorite things in the world.
No, I mean, and you can see it the way you guys fucking rib each other and beef. I love it.
Real quick, before I forget, fuck Pat Shan. There we go. Now we're better. You can't suck another writer's dick for that long, metaphorically, and not tell him to suck your dick. You know?
Yeah. You got to sandwich that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally feel you. So, you know what? Then that brings up a good point though, because you did mention becoming, a writer who's fucking pumping out the books and shit. What does that look like? What does that origin story for Raven Gregory getting into comics look like?
Oh shit, this is cool. I don't get to tell these stories often, especially when I've been smoking. So this is cool. So all right. Let me see how fast I can tell the origin of Raven Gregory in like 3 minutes flat. So me and my friends were smoking weed, hanging out one night, and one of them said, "Hey man, we should write a comic." I said, "What kind?" And they were like, "I don't know." And I went home and started writing comic books from that day. Fast forward 2 years later, I sent an email in the middle of the night to Top Cow editor Renee Geerlings, and she writes back to me, and me and her we start talking, going back and forth, and I tell her, blah, 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 I really want to get into comics, I'm writing a script, blah, 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 do all the things the new comic book writers do. And I was like, dude, I'd like to bring you aboard as editor. What I didn't know is nobody hires editors. Like editors who are working for other companies, nobody ever comes to them and says, "Hey, can I hire you to edit a project?" And editors know everybody, which I didn't know at the time. But anyway, so we were doing the gift, blah, blah, blah. The guy who I had originally on the book flaked out. Tyler Kirkham came aboard. He became one of the most amazing artists in the comic industry today. Fast forward to 2005. I had been going hard on the circuit, like 20 convention shows a year and working a 50-hour week with crazy people. So like when I worked overnights, when I'm supposed to be keeping an eye on the crazy people who are sleeping, I'd be writing comic book scripts. And that's how I got ahead in life. So I'm doing 20 shows a year. I get on the circuit. Me and Zenescope become good friends because they like their Grim Fairy Tales is like the Twilight Zone. The Gift was like the Twilight Zone. So we had similar things that we both dug. So we were fans of each other. And then I found out they were doing Final Destination. And I wrote them and I said, dude, I write The Gift. Somebody dies in crazy fashion every issue. You got to let me write Final Destination. And they were like, oh, sorry, man. It's already been written, which I didn't know when people announce series. The shit's already done. Don't ask to write that shit. You're not going to, new writers, you're not going to get to write anything you want to write. Better write your own shit. You should want to write your own shit. Anyway, so I'm trying to remember where the fuck I was at. Kids, you were
talking about Final Destination.
Zenescope. So, dude, Ralph Tedesco writes me back and he's like, hey, you can't write Final Destination, but we're doing the prequel to the movie 7. And I'm like, holy shit, that's my favorite fucking movie. So I wrote that. I started hooking them up with like all my connections that I'd met over the years and my expertise that I had accumulated in comics up to that point. And we all kind of put our heads together and they brought me aboard the company. And I started doing Wonderland and all the crazy shit for the next couple years. Fly, Waking, Wonderland Trilogy, helped co-create Helsing, Robin Hood, all types of books. Just pretty much went hard in the paint for like 10, 15 years straight.
Yeah. Like
4 books a month. Crazy. And you know what's funny? You were talking about how you were going through your list.
Yeah.
Your checklist and shit. So I remember I used to have the list. There was a thing called Comic Book Database. It doesn't exist anymore. But it had a list of everything that's attached to your name. So I typed my name and I typed it up one day and I figured it out. It was like 300 books. And then a couple years passed, and I was like, fuck, I haven't been keeping track of how many books I wrote. So I was just like, let me do the math and let me add this. How many books did I average a year? And I was like, okay, so this year I wrote my 500th comic book.
Yeah.
But I did it the Marvel way. You know, when Marvel just says, you know what, we're going to make this our 500th issue? That's what I did. I don't know how many fucking stories I wrote either. I don't got time to keep track of that shit.
That makes me feel so much fucking better. So much better. Well, and like, do you keep track of shorts? Because like people are like, well, you edited this short and that short, and I'm like, oh fuck, dude.
Hey, Chuck, you ever get a pack of cookies from the grocery store? Yeah.
My fat ass? Yeah, of course I do. Yeah.
Yeah. You ever get a really good pack of cookies from the grocery store? Like one of those cookies that's just like, they're just fucking delicious, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You gotta treat yourself.
And you know when you open that pack of cookies and you look inside at those cookies, you ever count those motherfuckers?
Nah, you need to eat them. She has to eat them.
Those cookies are going to bring you way more joy than all the books you wrote for that 1 second. And you're not counting those fucking cookies. You know what I mean? I don't got to know how many stories I wrote. I don't give a fuck.
That's so good. Oh, that's so good.
No, remember, when you hit 500, your dick grows 2 inches.
Oh, well then I'll be hitting 500 soon, hopefully. I need it.
There you go.
My wife needs it more than I do, actually. She's like, could you be at 500 yet? Baby, I'm trying.
Dude, your wife is the best editor in the world. She's like, come on, get your work done today. We're on a mission. We're on a fucking mission.
500!
Dude, she's like, she has the car, she's jogging behind you and shit as you're sitting at your desk. She's like, come on, who's gonna carry the boat?
2 more pages, get that one done, move to the next one, let's go, fuck.
By the way, shout out to my boy Mike the Balfo, Ali Garza, who else do I like? Carita, Genevieve. I'm not going to, I know a bunch more names, but I'm not going to say them. I just want to show those 4 particular people that they matter more than you guys are just the only ones I remembered. I'm high. That's it.
There's one you didn't mention that I was going to ask you about anyways. And she is above all of the rest, I believe, for you. Miss Nia Rufino.
Oh, my bestie. Yeah.
So what is the difference of writing for a Nia Rufino when you guys are that tight compared to anybody else?
Oh man, that's fucking wild, dude. You're asking some good ass fucking questions, dude. I'm digging this interview, man. You know, like here's the thing. Remind me of the question you just asked because that's important. Yeah. I have actually watched your show multiple times, and when you have guests on, hey, I hope I'm not hurting no feelings today because I'm not in the industry big and heavy anymore, so you can't fucking cancel me anyway. But y'all motherfuckers on this podcast, you got to be a little bit more animated. You can't just sit there and...
I try to pull teeth, man.
I'm sitting there and I'm watching. I'm like, dude, Chuck's trying, man. Chuck's trying.
Thank you.
Okay, so back to the question at play. Writing for Nia is all right. So the best way I can describe it is, like Chuck, you write, right?
Yeah.
Do you draw too?
No.
Okay. Trying to find a good analogy here. All right. So writing for Nia feels like there's this place as a writer, and you can significantly notice the change when it happens. Hey, Sarah, what's up?
She's heading out, so she wanted to give you some hazmat hugs.
I like your hazmat. You're the only one I read, Sarah. That's it. I'm not reading anybody else's. Boom. So the thing about writing for Nia is we're so close, and when we work together, it's very similar to when I work with Pat Shand in that we really have this desire to create something above and beyond what's the norm. Like, we don't want to put out no standard fucking flair. Like, Pat Sham puts out barista, gangster barista and weed shit. Like, he put out weird ass shit, but that's his heart. You know what I mean? So Nei gave me an opportunity to, do you remember when you first started writing? Like, when you first really discovered writing and you were kind of pure, you probably wrote some stupid ass poetry that if you read it today, you'd be like, what the fuck was wrong with me? That shit. Yeah. She allowed me to tap into that place of purity in my life with the knowledge and skill as a writer that I had today when we created Secret Life of Crows. Because it's every time I read it, it's like somebody else wrote it and I don't even recognize it, but I'm such a huge fan of that guy. That, and it's just very different than anything I wrote in my entire career. So not a lot of people find it, but the people that are meant to find it, they find it and they really seem taken with it. You know, can't be all tits and ass, motherfuckers.
It can't be all Xenoscope.
Not that I don't mind you guys buying all my tits and ass. I don't, like, dude, I am not going to hate on you for spending $100 on a book that has a picture of my naked ass with a "will write for food" sign.
That's my favorite. I fucking love that, dude.
If you buy that shit, I ain't gay, but in my heart, I'm sucking your dick.
Well, I then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write a whole bunch more, so you have to suck 2 extra inches.
Nice. I like that. I like that.
Peter Palmiotti came on. We got a Palmiotti brother on here. He gives you some love. You don't have to read it. I'm reading it for you.
What's up, Peter?
Much love, man.
Hey, Peter, you smoking right now? You smoking? Peter, you ain't doing heroin, are you? I'm just
not again. I thought he was off that shit.
You never get off it, man. It's always there. There you go. Hey, so Chuck, what's the favorite thing you've ever written? Like, of all your shit you written, do you got a baby?
Yeah. You know what? I think I'm fucking digging. I'm working on this mini right now. We just finished. I finished writing issue 3, and it's in pencils. It's called Belial. And to me, that's where I get to be funny and I get to have fun and I just get to go fucking be silly because I find as a writer, I try to take myself, especially being newer, I try to take myself really serious.
Yeah. And
so that was my chance to just tell the dick and fart jokes and fucking have a blast. So I think right now that's it. But, you know, you're always trying to do new things and hit new heights. And so I'm still new to it and still having fun.
Hey, I'm gonna help you out with some cool ass shit.
Yeah.
From a guy who's been in this shit for 20 years, I could tell you an amazing piece of freeing information for you personally as a writer. Your favorite shit, the shit that you like the most, nobody else. That's nobody else's favorite shit. Also, you don't get any choice over what you get known for. Like, you're going to write a story, and that story will be what you're known for. For Steve Niles. Steve Niles has written thousands of books, but he will always be the 30 Days a Night motherfucker.
Right?
Never, always. He's written screenplays. He's still the 30 Days a Night guy.
Peter Palmiotti says it helps with the art. I'm sure he was talking about the heroin. Certain of it. Oh, shit. See, yeah, even Tom says the same. I'm the same with the comedy and goofy oddball stuff. It's tough. Yeah, man.
The crazy thing about Tom is, so Tom has this running, I don't know if Tom is actually trolling the internet. I think he might be. I think he figured out the algorithm because I see all of his fucking posts.
That.
But he doesn't like anything that's popular.
No.
Nothing. So every time he posts about something, I'm running to his page to see if this is going to be the one popular thing he finally likes. Ask him about Boba Fett. I bet he hates that shit.
Oh, I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it.
The only
He wants you to get off his fucking porch, too.
The only thing he likes is fucking Godzilla. He likes the worst fucking animated mystery science theater 5050 rubber suit motherfucker knocking freaking building blocks over motherfucker Tom Hutchinson. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, Tom, congratulations on your kick-ass critter action figure. Dude. Now you guys know I may not pay attention to comic books anymore, but I have no life and I spend way too much time on Facebook because I know what all y'all is doing. Now fucking put me on a book to write, Tom. Trying to get that fucking stripper money.
Okay, we got a question over here. What genre are you most comfortable with writing?
Well, right now, currently, I don't. Damn! I promised myself I wasn't gonna do that, and I fucking did it. Anyway, I don't know if you felt the same way, but you remember when you first discovered comedy?
Yeah.
Do you remember when you first started writing comedy?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it such a shorter form of actually writing, but it's so similar to the process of formulating a joke, to formulating a story, to dashing expectations with juxtapositions that lead to an unexpected ending, you know? So it's like very fucking similar. So right now I'm so jazzed writing comedy, but I know there's no other feeling in the world better than writing. But writing to me is, if you've ever been in a toxic relationship, like the police have been called multiple times, you spent some time in jail, there have been bruises on your face, the police have had to take pictures of you, you cringe when somebody yells, that kind of shit, but you go back and you get that fucking real good pussy and shit. That's what writing feels like to me. Like the idea, the anxiety that comes with fucking sitting down. By the way, Rob Dietrich, I still owe you that script and it will get done. But man,
writing is an abusive relationship.
It's an abusive fucking relationship. Yeah. But when you fucking get that writing pussy, it is the best pussy you've ever had. If I had to pick between writing a good story and that rush you get when all of a sudden it just starts to flow, like the story just I would take writing over pussy any day of the week.
Yeah. Yeah, that flow is it's euphoric, man. And you can't like I mean, my kids will come by and they'll just come into the room and they'll be like, "Dad," and they'll start talking to me and I'm like let me finish a fucking sentence. And now they know. Like let me just finish this paragraph or whatever the fuck I'm working on.
Hey,
let me just get that out.
The crazy thing is, I don't know if you believe this shit. I believe weird shit. I believe in the muse. I believe there is a fucking muse. It's fucking crazy that you ever notice when that muse fucking gets you, all of a sudden, it's like there's an anti-muse. And it's like, I'm going to send these kids in the room to fuck with him. You having too much fun, motherfucker. Come back down.
Fucking kids, fucking pets, fucking all that, fucking random ass phone calls.
Thank you. I was gonna tell you, man, don't shut off your phone during the interview. Let them keep calling and put them on the fucking podcast with us.
Like, come on in. Here's. I'll send them the fucking. I'll send them the fucking address. They'll come in and bug us.
If your wife called again, I was gonna be like, put her on the phone. So Chuck was telling me about this anal thing, and that you do this to him twice a week. Tell me more.
She's gonna come by, so you might have to ask her. Dude, have fun, man. What the fuck? That's what we're here for. You know what though? So like, I bet you.
To answer the question, I like writing comedy now, but my favorite writing is writing like like seriously, this is fucked up to say, but it's the honest truth. I literally don't write stories for anybody. Everything I write is for myself. Everything good I write is for myself, and it was working through some fucked up shit that was in my head, so I turned it into a story, and it's like therapy. That's it. If you want to know the secret to why my shit is so good, it's because I am just that fucked up.
I believe it.
Yeah. But for real, that's it.
So,
but yeah, I like writing horror. I feel that horror speaks to a deeper part of the human condition than any other genre. Because when you're afraid, you don't feel more alive than when you're afraid. There's something really tangible about, and especially as you grow older in this life, like things that are really scary, getting old, cancer, fucking COVID, like all this horrible shit makes all the horror movies we saw pale by comparison. But if you could scare somebody for a second, like that's something special.
Yeah. But wouldn't you say that comedy kind of has a similarity to that, where if like tapping into someone's fears and tapping into to getting them to laugh, to being able to, there's something personal in that. There's something pretty fucking special in that.
I don't like to romanticize it too much, but I feel like it's a chosen profession. It's like one of those things. They're like a comic book writer isn't saving nobody's life. I'm not in a fire truck. I'm not in a fucking paramedic. I'm not a cop. I'm not out there fucking, our job's real. I'm not a doctor, but we at least have the capability that if we do our job right, we get to take people away from whatever the fuck they're thinking at that given moment. We get to envelop them in a story that for just that, however much time they're reading it, it washes all the bullshit away. And like comedy, horror, all we're doing is searching for some way to not think about the shit that floats around in our head if we give it 5 seconds to percolate.
So you've got, I'm sure you've got a lot of the same writing books that a lot of the rest of us do. You know what I mean? I'm sure you've got a lot of those. Hell, if it's not like Scott McCloud and shit like that, I'm sure you also have stuff like even Stephen King's on writing and shit like that.
Who's Scott McCloud?
Did you just say who's Scott McCloud?
Yeah, who's Scott McCloud?
Oh shit, he did like Understanding Comics and all that kind of shit.
What's that?
Okay, it's actually a pretty big one.
I just wanted to show Pat Shan that's good writing. Because you see how he believed that. It's almost like when I said you were an amazing writer. Do you remember that, Pat? It was a couple minutes ago. Do you need a flashback? Do you need to rewind the tape? Go ahead, rewind the tape. Come back here so you can see what good writing is, Pat. Thank you, Pat.
That's good acting.
There you go. There you go.
So I'm sure you got a lot of those. What about when you're talking about doing stand-up? What do you like? What kind of research did you do to kind of tap into that? Because it is a different style. It is a different kind of writing. It's still comedy like you would do in a comic, but of course it's different. So what did you do to study that and to start working on that?
Well, for the last couple years, I've gone really heavy in the last like 5-6 years. I always loved comedy. Grew up on Eddie Murphy, Raw, Delirious, freaking George Carlin, Seinfeld. Like I always loved comedy, but I didn't get heavy into it until the last 10 years or so. And then as I got into it, I really liked it. And then I can't remember what happened, but for years, everyone has been always, oh, you're funny. You should be a comedian or something like that. And I got it into my head how terrifying it would be to do stand-up. And I was like, I got to fucking do that. I'm not going to jump out of a fucking airplane because I weigh too much. And there is a weight limit to jump out of an airplane. All you fat people out there, this is why you need to lose weight so you can jump out of an airplane. Not to prolong your health, but so you could potentially fucking die after you lost enough weight to be able to jump out of a fucking airplane.
See, you're ruining me, because really you're just making me want to stay fat so that I can be like, well, I can't jump out of an airplane, so I'll just do stand up.
Dude, that's what it felt like getting up on stage that first time is terrifying. And then, but here's the funny thing is I got a cheat. Like I got the Contra cheat code before I got to go up there, because for the last 20 years, I've been doing panels.
Yeah.
And me, Christian Baranek, Ralph Tedesco, Pat Shan, Joe Brusha, freaking all of my people, we've done this freaking witty banner back and forth shit, and it's always just come naturally. And then the second I applied the structure of formulating a written story to the philosophy of being able to look at life, and dude, life is pretty fucking terrifying. If you even think about it too long, it gets bad. Like if you really think about it for more, like, dude, you have organs, and if one stops working, you're fucked. Like, dude, we all have cars. Do we think our bodies are built better than the cars? Like, dude, it seems like they just put our shit together at random. They're just like, hey, stick this dick in this vagina. Boom, here's your Ford.
Yep. I fucking, it was about a year or two ago. It was at the height of the fucking pandemic. And I ended up getting an obstructed bowel. I ate way too much fucking cheese at one time, got really high, and and there was a bunch of other stuff that went along with it, being a fat ass and shit. I had an obstructed bowel. I didn't shit, piss, anything for days. It was fucking brutal. Had to go in and get taken. It was fucking terrible. And
how'd they take care of it?
What the fuck? There was, you know what? I was lucky. There was some. They were like, there's some natural stuff that I could do first. So actually, the first thing was, and this is going to be your favorite part, an enema.
Okay.
Shoot them, and that was like a huge help. And then after that, it was just like, drink this, eat that, blah blah blah, drink a lot of water.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Can I, from one writer to another, can I ask you a personal favor? If that ever happens to you again, can you tell your wife today, after this podcast is over, or whatever they call these things, stream, I don't know.
Yeah.
Can you please let her know if that ever happens to you again and you have to do an enema, to put some gay porn on for you as you're sticking it in, so you can like really get the feel of like what that is. Because, we've jerked off for like 20, 30, however many fucking years people jerked off for. But you never really get to see some gay porn with something going in your butt unless you're gay. And you, as a person who's married to a woman, I assume, is she a woman? She's a woman.
She's a woman.
She's a woman. Okay. Just making sure. Don't want to offend anybody.
Oh, you got to ask. Yeah, I feel you.
No, it's cool. They can't cancel me. It's Black History Month, bitch. You can't cancel me. You can't cancel me on Black History Month, motherfucker. Dude, so, hey, me and my son go to see a movie, right? And we have food from the restaurant, and my son is 21. He turns back and looks at me with this innocent look on his face. And he's like, Dad, what about the food? Shouldn't we put it in the car? We can't take it in the movie theater. And I'm like, why not? Just act like it belongs. He's like, Dad, if they see it, they won't let us in. And I tell him, I look at him, and I'm just like, hey, man, if they ask you about the food, just tell them it's Black History Month. What the fuck are they going to say? And then if they give you any problems, just be like, it's because I'm black? Is it because I'm black and it's Black History Month? You want to let me bring food in the fucking movie theater? Martin Luther King didn't die for this shit. Let me bring my food in. Black History Month. Can't cancel my shit.
I want to be black so bad right now.
Hey, dude, you know what I fucking love about this more than anything else? When people do podcasts and they talk about the book or whatever project they're working on and selling, instead of just fucking talking and having a fucking honest conversation about stupid shit.
Yeah.
Hold up. What is that shit on you? What is that behind you, man? Is that a dragon?
Yeah.
What dragon is that?
So, this is actually fucking cool. I got that at a fucking gas station.
Get the fuck out. What gas station?
Dude, driving along in Texas, I had broken my fucking elbow, and I'm Canadian, so I didn't have any insurance or nothing. So my sister-in-law, we're gonna go to her sports clinic, and they're gonna take care of me. So we're driving down there. We stop halfway. We're getting some snacks and shit, and I see this dragon. And my wife and I fucking mental for dragons. So I said to her, "Hey, check this fucking dragon out." And she's looking at it. She's like, "Holy shit, that's awesome." She's like, "That thing's got to be expensive." I was like, "Actually, it's only $50." She was like, "Fuck, you're kidding me." I was like, "No, seriously."
Hey, can you bring it down? Can you bring it closer?
Right there. Yeah, just like here. I gotta. It is dusty. Let me put that in.
Oh, and in case y'all was wondering, yes, that is a Dragon Ball Z bathrobe. So for those ladies out there that are Dragon Ball Z fans, if you want to see me butt naked wearing a freaking Dragon Ball Z bathrobe, holla at me.
There we go.
Oh shit, dude, Dragon. Oh,
yeah.
That's dope, dude. That's
$50. Yeah, man.
Turn the light on?
Pardon?
Did you turn the light on?
No, I'm fucking trying to find it. Oh, there it is. Does it still work? No. Oh yeah, there you go. It's got a lantern.
That's cool. That's
right?
Cool. Was that the wife off page?
That was the wife off page.
Tell her I said what's up.
Raven says, "What's up?"
Hey, Raven.
Hey, Chuck's wife.
Her name's Wendy.
Hey, Chuck's wife.
He says, "Hey, Chuck's wife." So,
real quick question.
Yeah.
For the people out there actually watching this and listening to this, is it just me, or does Pat Shan resemble Pippi Longstocking, but she got fat and like had cancer and lost all her hair and shit?
Well, I told you, he's like a chubby Wendy.
That's
from Wendy.
Oh my god, I fucking love Pat. Dude, it's so hard to get him. See, here's the fucked up thing. I'm gonna admit this. I am gonna admit this for the studio audience at home. So Pat for years has been winning this shit talking battle. Like, he made this video, this fuck Jay-Z video of all the stories he's written. And he like there's a screenshot of a book I wrote on Amazon. The last book I wrote was like back in 2012. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, it's just the worst fucking video. It was up there with Dirk Manning fucking getting a picture of John Cena and sending me this, he can't see me in this battle. I sent Dirk Manning a cardboard cutout of John Cena saying he can't see me, because we keep fucking with each other with this shit. But anyway, Pat's been winning this battle. He's been winning. And then I became a comedian. And now he's the tortoise in the hare. But the tortoise like broke his fucking leg. And, like, just dragging behind him. And he's like, I can't. Yeah, that's exactly what he's fucking doing right now. He's also doing that kind of writer-wise, because I just have to put out like one book a year, and it just beats all of his books for the whole year. Amazing. Love it. I love you, baby. I love you. Hey, and you guys, if you guys think I'm a dickhead, you're right. I'm a fucking dick. No, I'm not a dickhead. This is good, dude. These are my people. I love these motherfuckers more than anybody in the world. And Pat admitted he's always wanted to suck my dick. You know, I'm just like, I got to give him some love. You know, it's not many people admit that kind of hetero homo feel. You know, it's like, dude, you know, that's cool, man, because I like gay people. I think gay people are cool as fuck. They're pretty as shit. I kiss some gay people.
He says glasses inside, such a cock.
Oh, I was waiting for him to do that. Pat, look at you. I'm a puppet master. Look how I manipulate you and make you say shit. Want to see the next thing I'm going to make you say? I'm going to write it down right now, because I know the next thing you're going to fucking post. That's how good of a writer I am. I am writing your life right now, Pat Shan. I'm in your head, motherfucker.
He just said something. What do you think he said? He just talked shit about you.
Oh man, I don't give a shit what he said. I ain't got time to care about that. You think I'm gonna waste time, brain cells, thinking about what you gonna say next? I don't give a fuck. I already know whatever you gonna say. It ain't funnier than what I'm gonna say.
Looking like an extra jumbo highlighter.
Okay.
Not as funny as what you said.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean?
He's got that bitch cough going on, guys.
He's like Ronda Rousey. He gets a couple good hits in, but he'll probably choke at the end.
Is this her porn career or
Ronda Rousey? She had a porn career?
Oh, I hope.
Oh no, she got choked out, remember?
I know.
Oh, did I just explain a joke? I failed.
That's all good.
I failed. I made it through the whole bit and then I fucked it all up. Pat, this is all your fault.
Oh, fuck.
You know what's funny? You know why he mentioned my glasses? Because he's sitting there in fucking New Jersey, wherever the fuck he is, wherever the fucking Ewoks live, the ginger Ewoks. What was that place? What was that? Endor. Yeah. So he's in Endor right now, and he was talking shit about my glasses because he saw them, and he was like, "Man, that shit would really match my whole entire body and hair, and I have to because I would look so cool in those." I know you jelly. I'm gonna talk to you like one of them little fucking kids. I know you jelly, Pat. It's okay, man. You can get them. eBay. Like that.
So much shit talking going on. We're like that scene in Winter Soldier on your left, bitch. Tom says no one cares about Rhonda.
See what I mean? See what I mean? Dude, he couldn't even wait till the stream was over. He had to talk shit about something popular in the middle of a fucking stream. Tom Hutchinson, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, this is his gimmick. This like Dirk Mang has this. This is Tom Hutchinson's gimmick. He's like, I'm gonna hate everything. And then
if you like something, I'm talking shit.
Like, surprise, motherfucker. I love Fraggle Rock. You know?
Oh shit.
Yeah, so hey, for all the rest of you future guests, man, smoke some weed before you do your shit.
And during, apparently.
I know this shit's funny as hell.
Dude, I'm having a fucking blast over here.
You know
I'm trying to think.
You know what we should do?
I'm so fucking off topic.
Chuck,
yeah, go.
Chuck, let's throw the viewers a curveball. Can we bring in somebody else on this shit?
Fuck yeah, we can.
Let's bring in Pat Shan. Hey, Pat, bitch, you want to get up in here?
If he wants in,
yeah,
I'll drop it.
Message. Let that sexy redhead motherfucker jump up in here. Hey, you know it's cool. So me and Pat talk at night sometimes, and what I've recently started doing is, you know, when you're talking to somebody on FaceTime and you turn to look away because you're like your attention gets distracted. Every time he turns and looks away, I'll move the camera down and try to show him a picture of my dick.
Oh, he just I sent him the fucking StreamYard. He goes, ha ha ha, I can't come in, I'm out at dinner. He's fucking out at dinner watching our show.
Hey,
shit, dude.
Go eat your dinner. Go. I know you hungry. I know Ewok.
I know you
need to be fed. You freaking gremlin. You mogwai.
No, you know what? I'm just wondering what Amy's thinking, sitting down trying to have a good old time, and there he is with his fucking phone going, what's Raven doing now? What the fuck is Raven doing now? What is that motherfucker talking about now? Honey, can we just have one dinner? Raven's talking about me. I know it. Just give me a minute.
No, man, no, it's not like that. He's like a ginger Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's like, I sense a disturbance in the about me.
Enjoy your dinner, Pat.
Yeah, man. I bet you he's eating chicken nuggets right now. I bet you he's at a fancy place like the Cheesecake Factory eating chicken nuggets.
Dude, that guy is fucking mental for chicken sandwiches.
Dude, you know what I like more than anything about Pat's creative output right now? Every time he puts out a new book, the title of the book sounds like he's completely just fucking with the internet. He's like, Gangsta Barista. Like what?
What was that one?
What's the other book he's doing? Smoke Weed, Get Happy.
That's it. Yeah, like halftime smoke weed. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Hey, Pat, see if you were listening to this right now, you could plug what book or whatever the name of the weed shit said. You should buy it. Guys, go on Kickstarter, buy it.
I think, isn't he doing Prison Bitch right now?
Yeah, he's doing Prison Witch.
Prison Witch! I really thought it was Prison Bitch. I'm sorry.
No, yes. Pat Chan is now putting out volume 3 of Prison Bitch.
That sounds like it could be a Pat Chan book. Come on. Prison Bitch. I'm terrible.
Prison Bitch.
Tony says, Happy Valentine's, honey.
I don't know who you honeying, but I hope it's me.
If not, thank you. Brian senses the high ground.
So where are you at?
I'm in Texas, which is why I'm not smoking right now, because I don't want to do it on the air.
Oh, you can't smoke in Texas? I thought it's legal in Texas.
Oh, fuck. Texas is bullshit. You can't even play Texas Hold'em in Texas. Fuck these people.
Well, hold up. But I'm smoking right now, but you're in Texas. So doesn't that make you guilty by association? Like, because the weed is coming through the street?
Yeah, right. I'm getting a fucking contact high.
Hold on.
Let's do a super. Oh, yeah.
I know, right. There you go.
Wouldn't it have been great if I was able to puff out like a smoke ring after that? That would have been great.
That would have been freaking pimp. But we didn't have the budget for that in this podcast. But we're gonna be launching a Kickstarter next month where we have the budget to do this smoke effect, and it's like, and then you're gonna see my hand come through the screen. But instead of a hand, it's gonna be a brown dick. A brown dick. Like, hey, it's my dick over there.
My wife just lit a cigarette for me. I'm like, no, I'm good.
So you can do the smoke thing.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
That's a good wife, man.
She's a keeper. We've been together since '99, so we've been together for 23 years this year.
Dude, I don't know if you remember this, but do you remember motherfuckers that were like, dude, I hate being married? Remember those guys?
Yeah, that was the premise of every bad comedy.
But do you know how many people hate being married? They're fucking miserable.
I don't get that shit, because then I'm like, then don't fucking get married. Like, you're just admitting that you're too stupid to not just have fun and do your shit. I told everybody who will listen, this is my one marriage. I did it right. God help us if anything bad happens. I'll just have fun, because I did it. I did it right, and I think you get that, right? You did it right, so why try to do it again? Yeah. Thank you, Pete. I appreciate you, bud. Yeah. So yeah, man. It's like I said, it's the worst premise ever. The married couple that fucking hates being married. Then why'd you get married?
Dude, you know what's crazy? I just now discovered there's a comment section over here on the side of the screen. For you guys over on your side of the internet, it's on this side of the screen. I didn't realize people were actually talking during this whole thing, and now I'm looking at it, and all I can think of is, I wonder if Tom came on here because he knew that you and I combined together are like Voltron's penis.
Dude.
And it's just amazing. He's like, I gotta fuck with him because if they're doing something amazing, I gotta talk shit about it.
See, now I was trying to think. We got the white guy and the black guy. Who else are we gonna get?
Suck the dick, dude. The only reason you liked it is because you liked that shit as a kid. The only reason I know that is I tried to watch it again, and I can't watch that shit again.
Voltron? Oh yeah.
No, Godzilla versus King Kong. Dude, I watched that thing like 50 times. I tried to watch it again. I'm like, wait a minute, dude. The only reason I like this is because I liked it when I was a kid.
Here he is getting his votes. He's getting all his likes right now. Boba Fett is a joke.
Oh, that's not new. Come on, man. Come better than that, Tom.
Yeah. He done something we really love. Come on.
He's writing for Dynamite, man.
Yeah, congrats on that.
He's made it, dude. Not only does he have his own publishing company, but now he's like, hey, bitches, I'm gonna let you get a piece of this Steven Seagal now. He's like, hey, oh shit, I'm sorry, Dynamite. I didn't mean to call you guys bitches. I do not think you guys are bitches at all. I would love to ride Red Sonja one day. I did once. Thank you. Appreciate it. Shout out to Joe. But yeah, dude. Oh, by the way, I meant to tell you, Tom, congratulations, dude. I can't wait to see your fucking Dynamite shit. It's gonna be dope. I'm excited for you. I'll read that shit. I'll put it in the pile right next to Pat Chan shit.
Oh shit. Yeah, and it sits there. But you're in the pile at least. So be happy for that.
Dude, fucking Tom, I think I bought books off of Tom. I still haven't read them. Because he did like a kaiju. Didn't he do a kaiju book?
I don't know. He might have.
He did like a Jungle Girl. Hey, Tom, let's bring Tom in. Let's bring Tom in this bitch.
Tom, do you want in?
Tom, you want in on this? Tom, have you had a chance to do your makeup? Did you rewatch yourself in Marked for Death?
Let's see what happens when I send this.
Dude, what if Tom's like, I'm at dinner with Pat Chan?
I know, right? With Pat Chan, that'd be fucking hilarious. So, before anyone else ends up showing up, Trish did ask what Pokemon you caught today.
Oh, shit. Dude, Trish, what's up? God, that sounds horrible. Hey, Trish, what's going on? That's so much better. Let's keep that take. We're going to go with that one.
Okay.
Dude,
and go.
Where's my fucking phone? Shit. Oh, my God. What did I do with my phone? Phone, where are you, phone? Oh,
are you doing is this on your phone? Because that'd be fucking funny.
Oh, shit. Hold it. Oh, damn. I've been trying to set that shit up for a while. Hold on, guys. You know that part of the interview where nothing happens because nothing's happening because they're just paused for commercial break and shit? This is your commercial break. If you need to go take a piss, run real quick, take your fucking piss. It's not like you can't pause the shit and watch the shit later.
Bring it with you while you piss. Everybody's scrolling while they're on the pisser.
Oh, here it is. Look, dude. Look, motherfuckers. Look at that shit. This guy. Holy shit. No.
Do you even give a shit about Pokemon, or are you just doing that to beat Pat at another thing?
No, I actually love Pokemon Go.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I didn't know if you knew this, but I used to be fat until I started playing Pokemon Go. It makes you walk around and shit.
Yeah, okay. No, I didn't know that I knew that you'd lost weight. I didn't know that that's what it was.
Yeah, I lost 100 pounds just playing Pokemon Go.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
And now you're hitting the gyms and shit?
Yeah.
Good for you, buddy.
I'm joking. They cut my stomach out, and that's how I lost 100 pounds. I didn't have to do shit. So the moral of the story is take the shortcut. Don't have discipline. No, but right now I'm having discipline. I'm going to I'm doing the 75 hard. So this bitch, look at this motherfucker with the fucking kitty. Oh, I love my people. I love this shit. Dude.
What's going on, man?
Dude, see, he saw my glasses and he's like, okay, I'm gonna have my take now. Everybody,
That's his thing, man.
This is normal for me.
Yeah.
I wore these things on 2 shows yesterday. This is how I
You've
do
been
it.
wearing those for years.
Yeah. About I've had them for a couple years now. Yeah.
You sound really clear, dude.
Yeah, I listen, I do this shit for a living now, man. I have a microphone and I do shows and like I do the whole thing.
Are you still in Arizona?
No, Michigan, Midwest.
Michigan. Why'd you move to Michigan?
Well, that's where I was. I was only going out to Arizona part-time to work with Jesse during the winters, but I had to give that up because I had to focus on my shit and I couldn't, keep spending half my time there and half my time here and not get things done. And what happened? I gave that up. And what did I have? What happened? I got bad kitty. So there we go. It worked.
That's dope, man. Congratulate. Hey, in person. Congratulations, man. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited for it. I'm excited.
Hey, well, you guys want to hear a funny fucking story? True story. Way back in the day, I was competing with Brian Polito for writing Chucky for, I think it was Devil's Due or Dynamite or something. I don't know who the fuck it was. But anyway, Brian won. And I told him the story that we were competing. And he was like, "Oh man, if I'd known, I would have just given it to you." and that was the day I was like, "Dude, Brian's so fucking cool."
Right?
Like, dude, Brian is our version of Dave Chappelle. Because Chaos went bankrupt. And he lost. Then he got Lady Death back. Then he did a Kickstarter. And then the Kickstarter blew fucking up. And now he's just like Brian Kickstarter Paluto,
Just doing whatever he wants to do whenever he wants to do it.
Yeah, and the funny fucking thing is so the first time I met Brian was in 2000. I go to MegaCon. I'm a fresh new babe to this world of comics. First comic book convention. I walk into the convention and I see the Chaos booth. And Brian is holding court on a crowd that dwarfs the Marvel crowds at frickin' San Diego Comic-Con. And he has them going. He's like, chaos, like insane shit. And, they're all like frickin' crazy punk rock, heavy metal, white people. So, but it was fucking awesome. It was fucking amazing as shit. And I was like, wow. Fast forward 20 years later, he's doing the same shit, but online. Yeah. He's holding court. It's fucking beautiful.
Well, and I mean, Tom, you're doing a lot the same. Like, you have nights randomly where you're like, fuck it, I'm going live. And you'll get, 20, 30 people coming out, checking out your shit, and you don't even know what the fuck you're going to talk about.
Now, because I've been doing this Critter Kickstarter thing for the figure that ends Saturday night, I've just been going online and like working on my web store because it's all fucked up, and I just have people come on and watch me work on my web store, and then we just talk about whatever the hell they want to talk about. They want to ask about the Kickstarter, great. They want to talk about comics or movies, great. Whatever it is. I had somebody ask me one time like, "Hey, what kind of home theater should I get for my house?" And I'm like, I can tell you about that because I know about that shit. So, it's fun. It's fun to connect with the fans basically at the snap of your fingers.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
I fucking love it.
Y'all ever get any crazy fans?
What's a crazy fan?
Hey, there's a creator who will go unnamed who is experiencing his or her first crazy fan. And wow. I find it so hilarious as shit. He's freaking. He, her, they, them, their. I'm trying to get the pronouns correct because I got friends who are transgender as well. So I'm support you. Got you. But anyway, so yeah. Have y'all ever had the crazy fan?
No,
I haven't.
No.
Nothing. No, like nobody pushy. Nobody tracked you down. Nothing.
Not in a context. I mean, I've had people like, dude, I've been looking for you. And then they're just like, here, sign my books and, whatever. But nothing like outside of the crazy realm of crazy. No.
So I got a story to tell you.
Yeah.
So back when I was first getting my feet wet and like I finally started tasting just a little bit of success. You know, when you put that one book out and it's like, oh, okay, I did this right. Okay, all these other books, this one worked. This is like, okay. So my friend pretended to be a fan, and the fan messages me, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm a huge fan. Da da da. We should get together. We should hang out. And I live in the same area as you." And I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm I'm getting ready to go out of town to a convention, and I'm gonna be going over here. And he's like, I'm going there too. We should meet up. And it progressively gets worse and worse. And so I'm starting to freak the fuck out. And then I find out it was my friend fucking with me. And I was like, fuck you, motherfucker. Shout out to Opus One, you funny motherfucker. But I gotta also remember to stop saying motherfucker, because I'm studying comedy and I'm discovering that I like saying motherfucker a lot, but when you say it a lot on stage, it begins to become repetitious and it loses the flavor. So I do have to say, holy shit, Tom, that is the funniest fucking shit I've seen tonight. Never take those off. Tom, I hope you fuck with those on. I hope you, you just are like, baby, if you get in this Steven Seagal dick, you got to keep the headphones on. It's just going to be hard to kill, bitch.
Well, the best part is if I can figure out a way to wear them while actually it's Bluetooth, so it's not a problem. These speakers work, so I can actually play music that they would hear while we're doing the thing.
Just recently, I was thinking, I wish, like, I don't want to do that say anything boombox, but I wish when I walked in a room, like I had soundtrack music playing, all around me, like some news.
You can just get a little speaker and take it with you. All the Meatball Deadpool guys walk around with speakers and they're dancing around at cons. You can just get a little speaker and just stick it on your body.
But then I wouldn't feel cool. I wouldn't feel cool.
It's true.
Like if you have to bring your own music, you're not cool. It only works in movie context.
Right.
If you ever walk into a bar and your song happens to be on when you walk in and you're like, yeah.
No, you got to make your life a movie. You got to make it your own movie. You just bring your own soundtrack, man. Wherever you go in, you're in a bar and they're playing whatever they're playing. You just turn your speaker up louder because it's your movie and you just walked in the door and you got to take the attention.
Chuck, this whole entire Critter action figure shit is a lie. He's trying to use all the money to make an OnlyFans page so he can start his porn career. He's like, make my life the movie. I've been Critter all along. Look at her long hair.
I need a lot more money. I need a lot more money to do that.
Right? What song? What song would you guys use to enter a room?
That's a good question.
We hadn't had any questions in a while. I had to pretend
right?
like this is a fucking interview.
The interview portion
Lamar,
is over.
DNA.
What's that?
Kendrick Lamar, DNA.
Okay.
That's the song I'd walk into.
I have always really liked, not the olden days, but the semi-olden days of Triple H in the Game. That is the most epic walk-in music of all time.
Are you following AEW, Tom?
No, I'm out of wrestling. I'm out.
Oh, shit. You got to check out the debut of Keith Lee. It's amazing.
I've seen people talking about it.
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes, dude. It's 5 minutes of your time that never mind, Tom.
Just give me Orange Cassidy. All I want is Orange Cassidy.
I love Orange Cassidy. I love it. But I forgot who I was talking to. If I tell you to check something out and you do,
you're gonna hate it.
Fucking hate it. You're gonna fucking hate it.
You're gonna hate it.
Oh, that's a given.
So I could come and see you say, Keith Lee, he's just Andre the Giant, but black. and then you're like, I can say that. It's Black History Month. I'm just being real. Come on. Can't cancel on Black History Month. You're allowed to just fucking go.
Yeah, you can't fuck with him. It's Black History Month.
Hey man, shave this right here. Just shave a line right there, Chuck. and just like put it apart and turn like a little fucking.
You'll go full fucking Viking.
Hey, so what's it like out in Michigan, dude? Is it cold out there?
It's like 30. It's not really cold. It's cold-ish, but it's not cold. I'm still in shorts, so it's not that cold. Chuck.
I'm in shorts. Of course, it was fucking 75 today, but whatever.
Oh well, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of snow on the ground, but I'm still in Crocs and shorts. I'm fine. I'm not weak. I may be 50, but I'm not weak.
Holy shit. I get to have this conversation. Tom, you look amazing for 50.
5-0.
You know it, dude. I knew it was coming. I felt it in my brain as soon as you said 50. I was like, well, I guess I got to say the obligatory, you look amazing. You look fucking amazing for 50.
It's not bad.
Like, holy shit. And if you shave,
there's a little extra chunk, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It's fair.
Well, if you keep it shaved down, they can't see all that fucking gray pube shit. And then they don't ask you embarrassing questions like, does the carpet match the drapes,
Ah, that's such a great joke. That's a joke that just keeps on giving.
Dude.
Damn,
especially when they have funky hair.
I can't believe Pat Chan is like sitting there having dinner. It's like, fuck, I could have been in the middle of that. But you know what's really cool is if we had him in the podcast, you see how all our squares are equal? His would have been between me and Tom's, as his would have been this big due to the quality of his writing.
Window size is equal to talent. Is that what's happening?
Right? Then mine is way too big. Way too big.
I feel bad because I know he's not looking at the video right now, so he can't blast back.
He'll watch it back later.
He'll come back and he'll talk shit. You know it.
I'm just like, I'm punching him while he's down. I'm like, you can't even see the blows right now. He's sitting there fucking eating his chicken nugget, dipping that shit in ranch because he's not eating barbecue sauce because it upsets Ginger's digestive tracts. He's eating ranch and he's like, these bitches. Oh shit, this is great. What else fucking Dirk's doing? You ever watch Dirk's? Hey, you guys ever watch? Hey, Dirk, everything's up for game tonight, motherfucker. You ever watch Dirk's live streams and sit there and say, he really looks like he's talking to himself?
He is.
Like he's having a conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's having a personal conversation and he's letting you peek into a conversation. It's almost schizophrenic the way he does. And then you'll see him, he'll come out of his stupor to comment on whoever's talking to him. But he's literally talking to himself the whole fucking time.
That he's because he's such a wrestling guy, the kayfabe thing. He's so deep in it that I don't even know that he knows how deep in it he is. And that's the result.
Chuck, that's what I was talking about. See, Dirk's always been fucking Nightmare World to me. But from now on, he'll forever be known as Tony Schiavo's whatever wrestling. What's the wrestling shit he did?
Butts in the seats.
Under the mat.
Butts in the seats.
Yeah.
Chair in the butt. Lesnar's vagina or something.
Kiss my seat.
Butts in the
Didn't
seats.
he do something with like the Insane Clown Posse too?
Twisted.
Yeah. Twisted.
Oh, yeah,
Twisted.
there you go.
Twisted.
I know the Insane Clown Posse is not twisted. I did that on purpose to let everybody white know that I also know your white culture.
And we appreciate you noticing our diversity.
I know. Okay. It's Black History Month. I know of your ways.
Good. Because you know what? We're not good enough to have a white history month.
Oh, man. Dude, we were just talking about this. I was talking to my buddy, a very famous artist in the industry. And I'm like, fuck, man, do Italians get a day? And he's like, no, we get fucking Columbus Day. We get the Rapist Day. Like, what the fuck? He's like, and we get known for spaghetti. That's it.
And Chef Boyardee is your greatest chef.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, Italians got the shaft. Irish people got fucking
Yeah, we did.
St. Patty's. Black people got Kwanzaa, now Juneteenth. Steven Seagal got some Russian fucking holiday.
So I know you guys neither, because Trish was asking what your con appearance looks like, but neither of you guys are really doing many shows this year, are you?
Hey Trish, you see my appearance on the screen in front of you? That's my con appearance for the year. That's what you're gonna see. If there's a Phoenix Comic Con, I might show up.
There is a Phoenix Comic Con.
Yeah, but it got pushed back and canceled.
It's at its normal time this year.
Oh, okay. Okay. When is that?
The last weekend of May, whatever that is.
That's when it's hot, right?
In Arizona, it's hot.
It's always
like 9
hot.
months out of the year.
Are you going
to Phoenix? No.
Are you going to?
No.
Not to Phoenix. Not this year. Next year.
I might go.
I don't know where my first
going. I
is.
might go. Well, no. If neither of you are going, they need something.
Right.
I haven't put out a regular series in years, but hey, man, if you're a fan, I will let you touch my nipple. You heard it here first. If you actually are watching this fucking video and you find me at a con, I will let you touch my nipple. This is what it looks like too. It's like a fucking brown areola, some shit. Doesn't that suck that a man can show his nipple on the fucking internet, but a woman can't unless it's on UJizz and fucking X videos and Pornhub and all the other ones that give you a virus if you go on those websites, which you shouldn't go on them websites.
And people, if you do go and touch his nipple, tell him Chuck sent you, just so he's aware.
Chuck sent me to touch nipples.
Hey, and you watching this right now, close some of those tabs. You don't need all those tabs open. You aren't gonna watch that porn. You know you're gonna fucking close it. Just come on, man. Close that shit up.
Well, that's why you go incognito.
I have 8 other tabs open. None of it is porn. None of it is porn.
I have 5. I have 4, and 4 of them are porn.
And they're all playing simultaneously.
No, they just sit there.
That's why his video freezes every now and then, because he doesn't have enough bandwidth. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, we're all adults here. When you get over age 40, you don't fucking need to jerk off half as much. So they just sit there for when eventually I get in the mood. And I'm now like a fucking young woman who just got married and decided not to put out anymore, because that's what marriage is. Fucking annoying the shit out of your partner. So I don't really need to do it that often. So they just sit there, and eventually one day I'll get in the mood. I'll go take a bath and put some bath salts and light some candles and play some soft fucking romantic music. See what you guys could be fucking right now if you would know that if you close the tab, the website doesn't go away, right? Like you can go back to the website. Like it's not that you found
forget about it.
Pornhub and like it's gonna disappear if you close it.
Yeah, but then I'd have to find it again. I'm not fucking.
It's in your cookies, man. It's in your
scenes, man. I'm not talking about scenes. I have particular scenes.
He just lost 100 pounds. Video. Don't tell this motherfucker about cookies.
He's talking about a specific video that he found. Okay, now I got you.
Hey, Tom, do you know how many stories you've written altogether?
How many I have a rough idea of how many issues I have, which is well over 100, but I don't know. Like, what's a story? Like a story arc? Like 1 through 5 is a story arc, or what's a story?
No, because he's including like fucking short anthology pieces and shit like that.
I haven't done any of that kind of stuff. I've only worked for myself until Dynamite. So everything that I've done has been my own work.
Hey, what's your favorite shit?
Now. My favorite shit that I've done?
Yeah, your favorite.
There's 2 things. One, there's one Critter issue that I love that I just fucking love because it's just filled with homages to things that I love. It's Critter number 17. But as far as like a full story, the one that it was really interesting, and I'd never had this experience, and I've never really had it since, is when I did Joan of Arc, and the issues were coming out, and I would get the issues in my hand, and I would read it myself. I was like, "Yo, this is good shit." Like I was literally telling myself, "I think this is fucking good shit." And then the second issue would come out. This is fucking really good, I think. And then, you get to the end and I'm like, God damn, I wrote something really good. And that has stuck with me. And it was that Joan of Arc miniseries. And then I go back and I read it and I'm like, oh, I fucked this up. I needed to do this is not right. And I need to fix this. I need to George Lucas it. But
how did that
time
I
was like a fan. I was like, yo, this is a good comic book.
Yeah.
How did that miniseries do?
It did really well. It did really
well.
I mean, Penny for Your Soul
he
for
said
us
if you liked it, people aren't going to.
it was a leap forward for Penny for Your Soul because it was because it was Joan of Arc. People know who Joan of Arc is. We turned her into a steampunk angel, which was kind of huge and kind of peaking at the time. So for us, it was like, God damn, we just we had a story, but we also created a gigantic character for our universe that everybody loves. So
yeah.
Yep.
I'm just sitting over here eating popcorn, watching you two go.
But yeah, I mean, I go through phases where it's like, I think this is really good. I think this is really good. I think this is really good. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. It's whatever the fans decide is good, and that's ultimately what you go. Okay, if that's what you liked, awesome. And I do so many different things, from westerns to superheroes to horror to fantasy to jungle. I mean, like I am all over the fucking board. So there's people that like Penny for Your Soul but don't like Critter. They like Critter but they don't like Kaiju. They I have something for everybody. That's kind of me. If you look at my DVD collection, it's like it's all over the damn place. I like everything in some capacity, much to the dismay of Raven, who thinks I hate everything. Within everything, there are things that I like, and so I've kind of drifted, and that's fun.
You only hate the popular stuff.
That's fair. I only hate the stuff that has undeserving hype.
So there you go. What ultra hype thing?
Hey, Tom, did you see the new Spider-Man?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It's fine.
Fine.
The biggest movie in the history of movies. He's like, it was fine.
Nah, it's fine. It was. If we really want to go into it, I can get the PowerPoint out. It was a poorly paced, fucking ridiculous rom-com.
Tom is doing a bit on the internet, and he's going to be like 5 years from now.
The last 30 minutes were the most ridiculous thing in all of Marvel's history. The three of them sitting around. Listen, Aunt May just spoiler alert. Aunt May just died. The world's about to come to an end. But let's sit around and hang out at the Statue of Liberty and talk about how our web shooters come out of our arms. Like, who the fuck cares? This is not anything. They're in the laboratory and it's, hey, Peter, what? No, Peter, what? It's like, this is retarded, guys. This is really dumb. This doesn't make any sense to me. Take it away. I don't want it. How's that?
That's fucking funny.
By the way, when Tom says retarded, he is not being disparaging toward people that suffer from handicaps. He is merely saying that shit is fucking retarded.
Yep. It's poor in its execution. Yeah. No, I mean, it was fine. It was.
I hope that shit ain't offend nobody. Like, for real. If you're retarded, I mean, if you're handicapped, hey.
It was fun. It did what it needed to do.
Yeah.
It's fine. But to me, the Infinity movies were way better.
So, Tom, what is your favorite popular story? Like something that people are fucking blown away by. What are you like? You know what? Yeah, that deserves it.
That's really tough, man. That's really, really tough for me.
I know. That's why I'm asking.
I will say, oh Jesus. I mean, I know I've got stuff in the Blu-ray collection that's popular, but if we're trying to keep it like current, fuck, I don't know. Tell me something that's popular. I'll tell you if it's good or not. I won't even tell you if I like it. I'll tell you if it's good.
I should just go through everything that's fucking trending on Netflix.
Just whatever. Yeah. No, if it's on Netflix, I probably don't care. There's very little there that I give a shit about. That was one of the ones. That perfect example is like Stranger Things, right? When Stranger Things came out, I was like, I remember seeing it. I hadn't watched it. And I'm like, this kind of sounds interesting. And then it blew up. It was like, holy shit. Everybody's like, Stranger Things. God damn. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll watch it. And I'm like, yeah, this is fine. But I don't get the super hype. It's fine. It's fine.
Hey,
it's watchable.
Hey, Chuck. Listen to how many times Tom says like, and he's gonna start pausing in his thoughts when he speaks because he's gonna be like, "Holy shit, I said like 15 times, one in each sentence. I was paying attention." And I'm like, "Wow, you really are." Did you catch that one? Did you hear it come out of my mouth? There you go.
Dark Knight. Dark Knight. Let's talk about Dark Knight. Dark Knight is definitely overhyped. Dark Knight succeeds. Dark Knight succeeds primarily because of the cinematography. It has great cinematography. It brings the Joker to life. But outside of the Joker's, I'm going to make a pencil disappear scene, which is fucking classic. That's awesome. Everything else, the Joker in that movie is garbage.
Really?
Garbage. But the cinematography of it, like when he's doing outside the car and he's like doing the, all this kind of stuff, the cinematography saves Dark Knight. But it's not a great movie. It's not a great movie.
That beginning scene was amazing.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I was like, when I saw that, I was like, ooh, we're gonna get something. And then we got nothing.
Oh yeah.
Then we got nothing.
Well, that was his budget. He was like, this is Christopher Nolan.
I'm gonna give you guys one good scene.
One really good scene.
I'm just enjoying my popcorn, motherfuckers. Mad Max Fury Road. What do you think of that?
Mad Max was ridiculous. Again, another super visual craziness thing. Like you're like, what the hell's going on? There's smoke. There's a dude with a guitar, and there's flames coming out of it. Like, what the hell's going on? He did have a really great concept with the idea of beauty as a commodity. That was really brilliant. And I'm pissed off that I didn't come up with that type of an idea. But the whole movie is a big chase. It's like, we're going this way. And then they get there and they're like, well, let's go back. Like, that's the whole movie. I just told you Mad Max Fury Road. That's the whole thing.
Good, because I didn't watch it, so that works out for me.
So it's a cool visual, but it's not. Again, I don't get the super hype. And here's the thing. I always challenge people. Tell me why it's so good. I never get an answer. They just like it because they like it. And that's fine. You are allowed to like whatever you like, whenever you like, because of however you like it. But if we're going to have a debate and I'm going to tell you why I don't, or why I think there's a problem, I want you to come back and say, it's good because, but no one has a because. It's just that we like it.
Raven, summon your inner Tom Hutchison. What that everybody else likes fucking sucks. Destroy somebody's baby. Come on.
I like everything, dude.
Well, that sucks.
That's that cigarette smoking, talking. That's what's happening there.
Well, no, I mean, here's the thing: is I don't know if you guys have gone to that point in your career where you start seeing things, and even if it's complete garbage, like there was a guy who went on stage last night at the comedy club, and he wasn't good, but fucking bombing is funny as fuck. If it's not good, it's still fucking funny.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
And you start looking at, like, when I see a movie, even now, it's really hard for me to disconnect from I see a boom mic over their head. I see a director with a camera behind the scene. I see them looking at dailies. I see makeup. I see the producer getting the licensing fee for the location and shit. So every time I see something, I just admire the tenacity of individuals who go out there and can bring this shit to life in some way or form. If it's super fair, yeah. If it sucks, it fucking sucks. But at least they tried,
Yes, always try.
Yeah, Moonfall. Holy shit. The worst fucking movie in the world. It was amazing. I loved it. It was so bad. You have to see, and we were high as fuck when we saw it.
Well, that's got to help.
You got it,
right?
So yeah, so I can't really even look at shit as I hate this, because I look at it from a point of view of, if you're creating any kind of art form or craft, I admire the ability to power through all the people that say, "Why are you doing that? Are you sure you're wasting your time?" Like, no one gets big doing that. It's not about that. It's about doing what you fucking love. And I support everyone who does that shit.
Yeah, 100%. And that's why, really, it's not that I hate everything. It's that I hate the hype that it gets. There's things that are undeserving of the extreme hype. And that's where I'm like, really? It's like all these guys are like, oh, Spider-Man should have been a best picture. I'm like, really? Really? That's a best picture? No. It's not. It
So
really
many
isn't.
people talked about Avatar when that movie came out.
Right.
I still have never seen it. Just didn't watch it because people wouldn't shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah.
So I never watched it, refused to watch it. And now people are like, actually, it's not that great. And I was like,
Hey,
yeah, good, thank you.
have you seen Fern Gully?
That's random.
If you saw
That was really random.
If you saw Fern Gully, you saw Avatar.
You saw Avatar. Okay.
Yeah, no, I believe that.
Yeah. It's
somebody once told me it was
movie.
Yeah, somebody told me it was fucking cowboys and Indians in space.
I'll tell you the one thing about James Cameron in that movie that I really liked from him is he understood how to talk about the movie, because people were always coming out of the movie and asking, what was it about? What was it really about? What was the real thing behind it? And he would ask them, well, what do you think it was? And they would say, well, I think it was this, and this. And he would say, excellent. That's all it needs to be. And then he would, so it's whatever you wanted it to be. James would never say, no, you're wrong. It's about this. He would just say, it's whatever you want it to be, man. And that was it. And I'm like, that's freaking brilliant. So yeah, I give him credit for that for a lot. Yeah.
See, I was always a bitch when it came to that shit. I always put something in the back of my book saying this was the inspiration for this story. Like, oh, I got cheated on and my wife left me. It's like, oh, I wrote this story because of that.
Sure.
Yeah, I was too scared to just let the work stand for itself. I'm like, hey, there was a drug problem. You're gonna know about it. This is why I wrote this. I've always fucking done that. And the only reason I do that shit at all, besides being a coward, is I saw Richard Matheson do it for his short story collection, where all his short stories, he wrote like a statement. He was like, I was in a bad relationship and things weren't going well with women. So I fucked up a lot of women in my stories. There are a lot of vengeful bitches in my stories. And it just like put a context into the creative process of a master writer. Like we all have a writer of ours who transcends the genre for us. Mine is like Rod Serling and Richard Matheson. There's like, and getting a peek into the mind of these people that molded us into the writers we are today, it's just always been like the coolest shit. So I try to do that with mine instead of just being like, because I've wondered this too, Tom, like, do your stories have a bigger meaning that like they really mean and no one seems to pick up on?
It depends on the story, right? Like in everything that a writer does or any creator does, there's a piece of them in it somewhere. In everything that they do. But for the stuff that I write, if you read a lot of Penny for Your Soul stuff, that shit is littered with messages and thought processes and things like that. And a lot of people don't pick up on it because it's very subtle and it's supposed to be subtle. I don't come in here with like a wham, you need to know this. It's always just here's a thought. And I kind of drop it in and I let the character play out whatever that thought is. And then we move on to whatever else is going on. So Penny for Your Soul is littered with it. The rest of the stuff that I do, it's kind of up and down. Like if I feel something kind of hit me, it might fall in, but I don't actively like create agenda, storyline, anything like I need to talk about this trauma in my life. I don't do that.
Well, I mean, like with Penny for Your Soul, did you like have a weird religious upbringing that somehow worked its way into the story? Like,
basically, in a way, Danica is me, right? So she basically just questions everything. And for me, I used to go to church all the time till I was about, I don't know, 12 or 13 or something. And then I would get dropped off at church and I would ditch and I would go play video games. And then I would come back. And I'd be like, yeah, I went to church today. Yeah. And we'd go home. Then from there, it kept going and going. And I started to reach the point of questioning what I was being taught from the Bible standpoint and everything. And that was just the rabbit hole that just took me down the whole, like, I don't know if I can buy into this anymore, guys.
Right.
So, and again, for me, it's not even a situation where I sit here and say, I don't believe in God, but I do have a problem with like sort of organized religion. I think that there are good messages, but there are not great messengers for that stuff. And so even if the Bible is horse shit, there still could very easily be a God, and there's no way to prove one way or the other. So all I do is ask questions, and then the responses that I get from different people, that's the interesting part. I have I don't know if a priest or a minister or whatever he is. He used to come to Comic-Cons all the time and talk to me about Penny for Your Soul, because he saw that I was reading the Bible. He saw that I knew the source material, and he was like, "This is really cool what you're doing with this." And we would talk theology at freaking Comic-Cons. It was unbelievable. And I miss that guy, and I hope he's okay, and I hope I get to see him again.
Tom, you know how you know there is a God?
Because
there's
I'm here with you.
Proof. No, there's absolute proof.
Oh, okay.
If you have ever been lucky enough to see my dick,
I haven't.
You know there's a God. It's fucking magnificent.
But see, I haven't seen it, so there's no God.
What up, dope?
There it is. I mean, if that's the proof.
Sound effect, Chuck. Chuck, you should have been ready for that.
Where am I doing? Where's my fucking
sound effect? Go call your wife, send her to Walmart, buy a drum set, bring it back. Let's set back. Let's take it back, Tom. 3, 2, 1.
Rewind.
Well, okay, so Wendy was asking, she was asking about movies, but I'm going to bring it back to comics.
Okay.
In the last year, what comic, or in as most recent memory as possible, what comic has surprised you?
Oh, I barely read comics anymore. I don't have time.
Okay.
So a lot of the stuff that I read, I will read like I'll when I go to cons, I'll raid like the trade paperback boxes so that I can get like a whole story and you know, read it together like that, because I can't do the weekly, monthly comic book store thing. Yeah. But even then, it's been kind of weird. And most of the stuff that I buy is like Planet of the Apes and shit like that. It's IP things versus like new creation things. But from the last like decade or so, my favorite thing was reading Invincible from Robert Kirkman. That was a brilliant superhero series. It's a cartoon now, obviously. Everybody should be watching the cartoon. If you like the cartoon, read the comic. I think you'll dig the comic as well. So my comic reading is very like it's all over the place, just all over the place. Because for me, movies and stuff helps me like shut down at night. That's why I watch so many movies, is because I'm up till like 1, 2 in the morning, and I have to turn my head off because I've been working all day, and I have to just let someone else tell me a story. And so I'll turn all kinds of crazy movies on just to try and, like, you know, some will put me to sleep right away, and then others I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna have to like stop and watch the second half of this tomorrow because it's good. See, I like things, Raven. No one can say otherwise. I use the word like all the time.
No, man, but hey, have you guys ever listened to a podcast and you start hearing them say like, and they start repeating it over, and you sit there and say, is somebody gonna say something? There's somebody, like, I know it, I hear it. Does everyone else hear it? And Tom kept on slipping them in like he just discovered.
You just dropped 3 right there. You just dropped 3 like in 5 words.
I'm trying to make sure you're paying attention. He keeps flipping it in. He's like, just the tip. I like.
Raven, what about you? Because you got time to read.
Oh shit, man. Dude, I have a long box full of comics. I have a bookshelf full of novels. I have 2 shelves full of video games that I have bought over the last 6 months that I have yet to play, read, or fucking read. So occasionally,
you haven't read anything?
Occasionally, no. I read the new Superman, the gender fluid, whatever you want to call it. Son of Kal-El is fucking dope. Like, it's incredibly well done. Like, surprisingly so. Oh shit! You know what I have been reading that's been amazing? Stray Dogs.
That was my pick. That was my fucking pick.
Shout out to fucking Tony Fleece, Tone Rodriguez, Lauren Perry for knocking it out the park with that motherfucker. Shit.
That one surprised me.
You know what's so cool about that book for me? My personal experience. I don't know if you've read it yet, Tom.
Nope.
But
everybody talks about it, but I haven't read it.
The only reason I bought it was because Tony was writing it. I'm like, my boy's writing it. I see Tone's name on it. Oh, Tone's involved. Yeah, let me pick it up. I had no idea what it was about. So I'm picking it up and I'm thinking this is some Disney cartoon shit.
Yeah.
And I get to that last page and I was like, holy shit, this motherfucker. I read the next issue and I'm like, okay, this is really good. Okay. I get to the end. I'm like, holy shit, he did it again. Read the third issue, writer brain kicks in. There's no way he's going to hit it out the park 3 times in a row. He hit it out the park again. I write him online and I'm like, dude, I got to know what happens next. Send me the PDF. He sends me the fucking PDF. Issue 4, I'm like, there's no way he's going to pull off another. You can't do 4 solids, like perfect builds in a row. There's no, he fucking does it again. Finally, I'm like, dude, I got to read it. I got to know. I didn't even wait for the comic book. I read the script for issue 5. And I'm reading it and I'm saying to myself, there's no way he has to stumble. This has been, I'm hoping he's going to knock it out the park. But I've been a writer long enough to know even the best writers, you're going to have a little, you're going to trip a little.
Yeah.
He fucking kills it. He murders it. And from that day, it's one of the only books besides Lock and Key that I shout praises to the wind to.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that I read that in a car on the way to fucking Seattle to go to Emerald City last year. And yeah, dude.
Did you know what you were getting into?
No, I had no fucking clue.
Dude, isn't that so cool?
Yeah, it was so good. It was so much fun. Not what and I mean the art style was not something I was like, because same thing. I thought it was some Disney shit, and I was like, but I had several buddies who were like, nah, dude, check it out. You'll like it. And yeah, it was fucking amazing. Jeff Wilson says, if you're reading, then you ain't drawing. Just saying. We write. So
is it like that Jill Thompson book, The Beast of Burden? Is it like that?
What?
I don't know. This Stray Dogs thing?
It's done in a very animated cell type of style.
Right, but I mean the story wise, is it like, because you guys know what Beast of Burden is, right?
I don't.
No.
What the fuck? What the fuck? So now there you go. I'm telling you right now, go find Beast of Burden.
Okay.
Beast of Burden, Jill Thompson, and I can't think of who her co-creator was.
Jill
Beast
Thompson.
of Burden is an animal story, very supernatural, does a lot of creepy stuff. Beast of Burden, there's a few series. So yeah, go do that.
I don't if I was, I mean, when I tell people, I basically say that Stray Dogs is fucking like Lady and the Tramp meets Seven.
Okay.
Is that a fair statement, Raven?
That's pretty spot on.
Right?
Okay.
Why would you tell anyone that? That's the fucking horror of that book. Is the second you tell anyone what it's about, it ruins the whole entire holy shit.
But you got to get him to do it.
But see, you got to get me to care. And just hearing about it, I don't care. I need a pitch.
So
it's like fucking movie trailers. Why do they even have movie trailers for movies we're gonna go see? All you're doing is ruining the movie beforehand.
Well, you're not required to watch the trailer.
What I would say to get you excited,
internet, you're gonna see it. You can't escape this shit. Just when you think you beat the algorithm,
you don't have to click play.
You have to click it. You have to.
This is writer heavy episode. You're just bitching because you weren't invited on.
Steph Wilson.
That's a fair question. Who is Steph Wilson?
No one knows.
He's a guy who can
just like Ronda Rousey. Nobody cares.
Tom throwing out the blows. All right, Tom, make fun of Pat Shan. Hold up. I'm gonna tag in Tom to take over my abuse of Pat Shand.
I haven't even seen Pat Shand in like 5 years, so I don't even know that he's real anymore.
Hey, Tom, you gotta take pictures with Pat so you can look like a fucking giant next to his short ass. It's like,
yeah. But Tom Hutchison actually really likes Pat Shand because he was in one of his favorite movies, Leprechaun. So I mean, I knew you'd like that.
that was
no. You know what?
Dude, but
Stray Dogs is really fucking cool because what they do is he actually plays with the idea that dogs have a really bad memory, and so if you play off of that,
is that a known fact that dogs have a bad memory? I mean, I guess
they have. Yeah, I mean, think about
the
it.
whole thing about like when the owners leave, they don't know how long they're coming back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it plays off of that, and that's a very major thing that they play with, and it's so psychological and intelligent. And suddenly you jump from one scene to the next, and the dog's like, "How the fuck did I get here?" It's really well done,
dude. I don't care how good of a writer you are. As a writer, I do not write any other writer's dick. I would ride that fucking dick like I was a porn star who just got discovered, and I'm willing to go the extra mile.
Tell me about issue 6. Tell me about issue 6.
Oh no, that was it. 5 is done. It was done. That was
there'll
it.
be another.
Yeah.
There'll be another one.
Oh, dude, and then he did a one shot. Dude,
was that Dog Days?
I just realized this is what I like most about Tony. Tony, I keep picking up his book, expecting him to put out some shit. And every time he's like, "No, motherfucker, now I've arrived." He's like, "I'm the champion." Dog Days. I'm gonna do little short one-shot stories that are gonna be emotionally gut-wrenching and fuck you up.
I gotta grab that one. I haven't seen that.
They're so horrible. They're so fucking cartoony, but they're so awful in what he doesn't show you. He's like the Alfred Hitchcock of comics now.
The animal is the easiest way to affect a human being. That's why when you see dogs or whatever die in movies, it destroys the audience. It is the easiest, fastest connection to the heartstrings. I mean, every time there's an animal story, it seems like nowadays it's dying at the end or something. It's saving Will Smith from the zombies and becoming a zombie dog, and it's like, so it's I'm not taking away from whatever it is, but the animal is the easiest way to.
Oh yeah.
Because we all hate people, so it's like, that guy died. I'm not really worried about it.
It's when your horse dies in the never-ending story.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey Chuck, have you watched that shit lately?
Which never-ending story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it does not hold up.
That's correct.
I didn't think it would
at all. At all.
I watched it when I was a kid.
There's some good nostalgia and there's some bad nostalgia.
Oh my god, go watch it. You are good. It'll be like Berenstain Bears. You'll pop. You'll be like, what the fuck? Ironically, though, Legend with Tom Cruise in it holds up just fine.
Well, it's not that old. It's like 10 years.
That's because it's Tom Cruise.
That's because it's Tim Curry.
Oh, Legend.
That's because it's Tim Curry. Fucking Tom Cruise. Whatever.
John Hartley says, Raven, those glasses ain't working, brother.
These glasses are working, motherfucker. You know you love this shit.
They're just distracted by the ears. They're just distracted by the ears. You're fine, but they're distracted by the ears.
That's my
Jim's feeling left out.
Oh shit, Jim. I just hung out with this motherfucker the other night. We were talking about all types of crazy shit.
Yeah, that's a regular conversation with Jim Noble.
That's
hey, Jim,
that's every time.
Was that you I was hanging out with the other night? Does he live in Arizona?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Mike the Baffle's friend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if they're friends, but they know each other. Certainly.
Yeah, we were all just hanging out the night.
He's the guy that tells you, I'm Mike the Baffle's friend.
Right.
Yeah, we were all fucking kicking it the other night.
Yeah, he says, that was him.
Oh my God.
Hey, what's up, Jim?
That's funny.
You a funny motherfucker.
He says,
I like that all my friends in comics are funny people. Everybody's hilarious.
This is about writing, Jim. You won't get it.
Really easy. It's like, fuck.
Andrew Frey said, I joined late and Tom's killing puppies. Guess tonight we revisit childhood drama, eh?
That's correct. Let me tell you about the time I had to put my dog to sleep 2 years in a row. You want to talk about some gut wrenching stuff. Ugh.
Oh, dude. I have some gut wrenching animal stuff. Holy fuck.
We had 1 year, we had one dog we had to put down. And then literally the following year, the other dog had cancer and basically died in my driveway.
Okay.
I love how Tom set up the punchline of this whole fucking thing where he's like, there's something about in movies when they put dogs in and the dog always dies because it emotionally attached. And then he's like, let me tell you the saddest fucking story I've ever heard on the planet.
That's right. And now everybody in this chat room is empathizing and connected with me. And now they're all going to go over to Critter and pledge for the Kickstarter. That's how it works. This is how it works. We feel bad for Tom and his dog. Let's go pledge to the Kickstarter.
And the dog's name was Critter.
No. No.
Tonight on the Buzz Killington show. Yeah, exactly.
So, do we talk about comics in this chat, or what are we doing?
We can talk. I mean, we usually talk about making comics and shit, but we can talk about whatever the fuck. It's my show.
It's all good. See, Wendy gets it. Wendy gets it. She understood my whole thing. Boom. That's it, guys.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, we can talk about whatever the fuck we want. I am probably going to shut it down soon because my fat ass has to eat. But we can still talk for a little bit.
You can eat on camera.
I was eating popcorn. No, I want to actually cook myself something to eat.
Oh my God, cooking.
I'm a cook. That's what I did. I'm good at it. The shit I make is fucking good. That's why I'm a fat ass. That's another reason why I'm a fat ass.
Okay. All right.
There's several, but being a good cook is one of the reasons.
I am not a good cook, and I am still 50 pounds overweight. So being a good cook or being a bad cook is not the effect of the weight.
No, but if you were a bad cook, you'd be 100 pounds overweight, like my ass.
So Tom, you're 50, and you're 50 pounds overweight.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, fairly.
You're 50 pounds overweight. That's not overweight. That's pretty decent.
I mean, at 6'4", I can carry it. I'm not a disaster, but I can feel it. I know it's there, and I'm like, I don't want it there anymore. And every year I fluctuate. I'll get it down. I'll drop 20 pounds, and I'll be like, oh, I feel fucking good. And then shit, it'll be the winter time. It'll be, God damn, that 20 pounds came back on me, and I got to drop it again.
And it brought friends.
It's terrible. It's terrible. Yeah.
Do you hit the gym?
No, I can't do the gym. I can't do the gym. The gym bores the piss out of me. I have to be outside. Like, I walk a lot. Like, when the weather's good, I will walk for miles and miles and miles, and I will have a good time, fresh air and sunshine. But to go into the gym and just hear people clink, clink, and just sweat and just like, no, I can't do this. This is terrible. This is a terrible experience.
Okay, this was actually a good question. What's the greatest dog in stories?
What's the
comics,
best
movies,
dog
whatever
in a story? The best dog.
Old Yeller. Old
Yeller? He deserved to die.
Old Yeller.
He deserved to die. His Aryan ass. He deserved to die.
That's a really good question.
Movies,
I mean, there's a lot of good dogs that do good things and then eat shit, like Will Smith's dog in I Am Legend. Like, he's a really good dog and he saves Will Smith, and and then he dies. So there are some really good dogs like that, and then
we got Hooch, we got Scooby Doo.
That's really interesting. Toto doesn't really do anything. I mean, I'm an Oz guy, but Toto really doesn't do that much. Man, that's a really good question. I gotta Google dogs in movies.
I know, right? He says Old Yeller was
what are the dog movies? Like Cujo, of course, right?
Right.
That's
I know. I suddenly can't think of a fucking dog.
Well, because you basically have two dog stories. There's the heroic dog that dies, and there's the goofy, funny dog that oftentimes is irritating. Bolt was cool. I like Bolt.
Bolt was cool. That was
I
a
did
good
like
one.
Bolt quite a bit. It wasn't the movie I was expecting, but I did like Bolt. So
It was John Travolta, right?
John Travolta, yeah.
Yeah.
The dog that thought he was a superhero.
The one with the fucking dog that kept on coming back, like reincarnated as the girl's next dog. That shit was fucking cool. I can't remember, man. That shit was cool as fuck.
That just came out like a year or two ago, right? Like a couple years ago?
That shit was trippy. The dog kept on, every dog this girl had as she grew up was the same dog reincarnated.
I've never heard of this.
It's fucking amazing. I think it's a part 2 or something.
Buck from Married with Children. I'm not getting you started on Married with Children, motherfucker. He won't shut up. Oh, Santa's Little Helper. That's a good one. The Simpsons. Actually, Brian from fucking Family Guy. Any dog who will drink a fucking Cosmo and then have a good old time.
Hey,
yeah.
I still haven't seen that episode of Futurama with Fry and the dog where this sad thing happens and everybody fucking cries.
It's a beautiful, that's a good one.
I still have not seen this shit.
It's really good.
Yeah. I always want to watch it, but I'll watch Futurama and then I'll stop watching it before I get to that episode.
Yeah, see, Brian Manell just literally said that, the dog in Futurama, that's the one, man. That was beautiful. It is beautiful, yeah.
But hey, Chuck, man, thank you for a great time. I also have to go and eat. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It was great to see you and smoke with you. I hope you got to smoke with us. I am Raven. He probably has a big dick, Gregory. This is Tom. He hates everything fucking popular, Hutchinson. And this is Chuck. He has my exact replica dick in you. Coming at you live, 2022. Don't catch me wrong.
Raven, stick around for a minute. I got to ask you something after the show. Everybody, thank you so fucking much for coming around. I really appreciate you guys. Tom, always good having you on the show, man. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate you.
I appreciate the invite. This was cool.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to do it. It was fucking fun.
I've been watching your podcast for like so long, and I'm like, why does this bitch never invite me on his podcast? We'd have a blast.
We can do that.
He's doing shit. He always likes to hang out with the fucking artist, Chuck. He's not a real writer. He's a fucking trader. He guy has the Balfour and Marissa. He's like, dude, I know where my fucking money comes from.
I can. There can be only one writer.
Yeah,
there can be only one writer.
Well, and the problem is that he hates all the shit that you like, so he doesn't want to hear you. He doesn't want to hit your fucking shit. He doesn't want you to come on and talk about the stuff.
Oh shit, Tom, great hanging out with you, man. Chuck, great hanging out with you.
Guys, take care of yourself. Next week we've got Greg Anderson Alisi. It's going to be another good fucking show. Peace out. My name is Chuck. I give a fuck. Take care.